Hey there everybody, Jason here, and with the release of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I wanted to go over some of the things that came out today, specifically for Zelda. And I've got quite a few things, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, so we're going to start off with Amiibo. And so the first one that I have here is the Archer Link Amiibo, and basically if you look on the back it tells you that you score rare weapons to help on your adventure by placing this on your Joy-Con to read it during gameplay. So we're actually going to open up all these and see how they actually look, so bear with me just a moment. Honestly, I mean, if you haven't seen anything on my channel before, you know that I like collecting Amiibo. Oh, damn, it's being held in by like a twisty. Why do toys have to have twisties? Yeah, there were 5 Amiibo that came out for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So we're going to take a look at each and every one of them, and I think that this is supposed to be the Guardian arrows, which are supposedly able to take out the Guardians in one hit. It's a really cool Amiibo. I like the detail that they have on the shield, the quiver. I like this little puff of smoke to help support him and also add some action to it. Face is really nice too. Let's put that to the side. After that, we've got the Rider Link. So let's get into this one. I did nearly as good as I did the first time. Thankfully, no twisty tie on this one, it looks like. Okay, so here we go. I got the Horse Rider Link. Face and body are like really quite small, but they still have... Oh, sorry. They still have a surprising amount of detail to them. I like the fact that he's like carrying the sword. Horse looks quite nice. It's a very nice sculpt, but then again, most Amiibos are. And again, like the same sort of detail on the shield. Got his little cloak though flowing in the wind. It's actually really quite nice. I like that one. So there's those two. And then we have... Let's just go with this. We've got Princess Zelda. Oh, and the horse one, sorry. It gives you... Horse one gives you rare weapons and items, something like a sword and a saddle, and then Princess Zelda is going to give you rare equipment, like a shield and a treasure chest, and apparently you can use these once per day, and something that me and my co-workers at GameStop were talking about was, if you use the same Amiibo, like if you have like, say I have 3 Zelda Amiibos, if I use them, will it register differently for each separate one? And I figure that it would, purely because you register to the console each one separately. But I don't know if it would block that sort of usage. Anyway, we have Zelda in her brand new garb. Honestly, I really like the design for Zelda this time. It makes her seem just really capable, and makes her seem like ready for action, and I like the face. I like the fact that the hair is kind of like flowing around behind her. Very good look. She's adventurous. Alright, and then we got some baddies. So we've got the Kaavalan, which is one of your standard enemies from the game. And then here it says that you have score rare weapons, and so things like a club and a treasure chest, it looks like. So let's get into this one. And like the Kaavalans, they seem to like change their look really constantly. I mean, it seems very similar to the pig enemies that you have in games like Wind Waker. So I wonder if they're like sort of themed after that. Sorry if these are loud noises. But it's actually kind of cute. I like the little pig face. Yeah, she looks like surprisingly happy. If I had to say anything, it would remind me of Stitch. I like that he's got his little necklace and club, a little loincloth. But there you go. There's your Kaavalan. That's actually like really well done. And then we've got the biggin. So this is the Guardian, which is by far one of the largest amiibos that I have ever seen. Actually, I think it's aside from the Yarn Yoshi, this is going to be the biggest one. But anyway, this one gives you rare items and weapons to help you, and so you basically get what you need to build the Guardian arrows, which should take them out in one hit. And then also, as a first, it's actually posable. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. I almost feel bad opening this one. And I saw people like buying multiples of this one purely because of its apparent collectible nature. Which I guess makes sense. Sorry, give me just a second. I'm gonna do this off camera. They have like one to open and one to use. And I kind of wish that I'd done the same, but I'm not really that kind of person. I want people to be able to have something. I might buy one of everything, but that's because I want it. But I won't buy like 3 or 4 of them just to have a collection. I've ruined this one. It's an interesting presentation that they've done for this one, giving it like a little platform. I thought I was gonna break it. Oh god, pile of trash. But anyway, here you go. Guardian. Dude, this is solid. It's got the weight of like a Bowser, and then all of its legs are basically posable, so you could sort of make it do whatever you wanted it to, which is really cool. Like, they've never had a posable one. I think that there was talk about the fact that they wanted to do like a transforming sort of amiibo for Star Fox, which would be honestly kind of cool. But yeah, that's actually really kind of neat. So there's that. So we got 5 amiibos, and then Guardian obviously is the coolest one out of all of those. So let's put them off to the side. Bye-bye for now, guys. Alright, so also we have the collector's edition of the strat guide for Breath of the Wild. Let's crack this open real quick, just have a quick look at it. The only thing that I'm going to say about this one is that I'm a little bit disappointed that it doesn't follow the same theme that the Legend of Zelda guidebooks have, with that nice, like, hardbound, like, ancient tome look that they have, with the gold leaf around the outside of the pages. But it is nice artwork that they have on here at least, so I guess there's no real complaining about that. And I think that they want to show off the actual nature of that the fact is the world is huge. So let's go here. It says a Hyrule navigation map. Wow, this is a large map. Oh, holy crap. Okay, let me just say that Hyrule is huge. But yeah, it details everything, goes over how to beat your basic shrines, I guess, and tells you a whole bunch of other stuff about the story. Wow. I'm going to try not to use this because I want to be able to get through the game on my own. I might go back and use it once I've actually completed it, just to find everything. But I sort of want to really try to do everything on my own as much as possible. We got one more thing, and it is the actual game itself. So this is the special edition. Now, it comes in a nice, like, really big box. And it says on the back here, answer the call. The shadow of calamity Ganon rises over the ashes of Hyrule. Craft your survival and defend the legend. It says it uses Amiibo to help boost you on your adventure. And yeah, that's it. Special edition comes with the game, a Nintendo Switch Sheikah Slate carrying case, 24-song soundtrack, Relic of Hyrule Calamity Ganon tapestry and weather-worn map, and a Sheikah Eye collectible coin. So let's get into this, hopefully without actually breaking anything. Alright, so I've got a little seal sticker there. Pull out this and get everything out of there and take a look at it. Oh, wow. I sort of failed a little bit. Sorry. You wanted to go on a little ride? I sort of gave it to you. Alright, and see, look, even this has like filigree from the game in it. But yeah, here's the weather-worn map, which it is like a scroll of sorts. I want to say that it's paper. It's interesting. I think it's just supposed to talk about like Calamity Ganon, who's in the center, and then looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 like sacred beasts maybe. And then it looks like there are all the guardians surrounding Ganon. And there's somebody here fighting or offering a sword to a dragon. Actually, that might actually be Ganon offering a sword to a dragon in the center. And then up here you have things that look like hieroglyphics showing worshipping the Triforce. And then also on this side, some sort of like history. And then on the map, or on the back, looks like you have a map. So looks like Central Hyrule, Hebra, Elden. Oh, it definitely looks like they've like dropped water on it. It's interesting. Neat. Not necessarily usable for any means, but like definitely a nice representation from inside the game. Let's see here. What's next? Let's take a look at... Oh, really? Why are they gonna put sticky stuff on things like that? Ruins it. Here's your collectible coin. See, it's Nintendo made in China. I don't know why this is opening. It's actually quite hefty, nice and solid. I like the feel of it, but I think I'll just try to leave it inside its little protective case. Yeah, so there's your Sheikah Eye. And Z for Zelda, or Zorro. I think it goes up that way. Alright, and then let's skip that for right now. You have your soundtrack. Actually, kind of curious as to what the disc looks like. No more discs for home consoles anymore. It's just straight up cartridges now. But it looks like you have the main theme, lots of themes from the actual battle world, like the overworld, and then different individual characters' themes, like Cass, Kakariko Village, Rito, Goron. Interesting. I like that. Oh, cool art. Alright, so let's get rid of that. That's not necessary anymore. I think we have the last real big piece of this, which is this base. I think what was it? It looked like the Sheikah Slate, which I think is an important item in the actual game itself. And again, I don't even know. Little emblem here, the Sheikah Eye on the actual case. So you got the Sheikah Eye on the back. The slate there. I think that it's supposed to be like what carried through here. Like that's the little handheld. Let's take a look inside. Alright, and inside you have a strap to heat your switch down, spots for quite a lot of games, and then accessories on this side. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's throw the system in here, shall we? Bam. Actually, that's a lot of room. I could actually put the charger cable in there as well. It's pretty nice. I like that. And then we've got the game itself. Alright, so we got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not really anything on the back of here. It's just a nice little view of the Sentinel. Or not the Sentinel, but the Guardian. What do you think, Sentinel? Inside you have the actual game and just a little more of art. And here you go. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Little tiny cartridge. But anyway, that's going to do it for right now, guys. We'll see you next time. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.